What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next video on learning Kotlin. My name is QDS Danny, and you guys are watching my channel Corio Wood. Alright, so in this video, we're gonna discuss with you guys exception handling. What is exception handling? Exception handling, if you guys done C++ or Java or PHP or any other language, you guys must be aware that in some cases, if you guys doing making app or doing programming, there are some instances where you guys needs to put a safeguard around your application. Say, for example, the computer, just a machine, the computer can just divide the 0 by 0. In human terms, we can't divide 0 by 0 because we just know we can't divide, so we stay away from 0 for 0. But computers, because they're machine and they are instructed to do any arithmetic operations, what happens if you guys don't put your exception handling, your application is going to crash, and some hackers may get access to your application content and may leak the information, whatever is inside, as you've seen with a lot of other applications in the past. So what happens with applications that if you guys don't put a safeguard around your applications, so your application is gonna crash, or in some worst cases, your application might get destroyed. Say, for example, in the past, the hackers used in a PHP 1 equals 1, and if it's 1 equals to 1, if they put it, say for example, if 1 equal 1, if it's true, then give me whatever, then give me information. So give me info. And when the computer comes to this code and it says that 1 is equal to 1, of course, because 1 is equal to 1, and because it's a true, it's a boolean, 1 equal to 1, and what happens, the computer gives access to the hacker. So for example, because the programmer didn't put exception handling around this problem, so you guys need to put exception handling. So if, for example, you guys got a file, and before we continue, I just put a here to save time. I come here and I put a new Kotlin class file, and I came here to the file and put this exception handling. If you guys look at here, and when you guys come here, you guys just type main and go for the main A, and you guys going to see this main A are array strings. So array is going to be on our next topic. So okay, so if you guys say, for example, you guys making app, if you guys want the user to see the file, but that file doesn't exist in users, for example, library or the photo or any other thing, the albums doesn't exist to the, what are you guys gonna do then? What happens with that? If the file doesn't exist, then if the hackers find out this problem, then what they're gonna do, that they're gonna put some sort of file to, and they're gonna load the file to your whatever your program or app is. So in order to combat that, we're going to come here and I'm going to show you guys the file reading inside the Kotlin. And Kotlin and Java similar. It's got a file reader. File reader is a class of input output in Java, and it's called file reader. So if with the help of that one, if you guys making app, you guys can use that. So we got a variable of, say, file reader and say we put a file reader. Okay, so if you guys notice here, as soon as I put a file reader, the top one came in, import java.io, java. If you guys know, Java is very popular language. IO is input output, and file reader is a method inside this input output class. And if you guys come here and put this one parentheses at the front, so now your file reader is ready, and the file reader is looking for the file, which file you guys the file reader to read. So if you guys notice here, the Kotlin put a file name. So for example, my file.txt. Okay, so I'm not gonna put any file here because I just wanted to show you guys how to do exception handling. And if you come here, we can come here, my file, or you guys can put a my, say, content, or you guys can put a, say, my reading, for example, reading Okay, so this is a variable that created by us. This is also created by us. It's not by computer, but this is from the Java. You guys can just muck around with this one. You guys need to put this one for the Java to help you. Otherwise, if you don't put this one, you guys can't read your file. So we're going to create here. Now we're going to put this guy here, which holds this file. So we put a file reader dot read, another Java method, because this file reader which holds this file using this file reader method. So now this is gonna be ready for reading. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna print ln, and we're gonna put a reading inside because we wanna show that to the screen. So when we're gonna run, we are not gonna get anything, and I'm gonna show you guys, if you guys don't put your exception handling, what's gonna happen to your application. Okay, if you guys notice this one, because the Java, the system cannot find my file.txt because we don't have that sort of file, and it's gonna come Java base Java IO file input stream open 0 native, then it's gonna come the second one, then it's gonna come the third one, and it looks very ugly because this exception handling coming from the Java. If you look in here, exception handling KT, this means Kotlin. So file reader coming here, and file initialization in file reader stream, file reader stream. So they have a lot of Java's got a file reader, and Kotlin got exception handling because Kotlin then kicks in to put you guys. But when the hackers they see this one, it means it's so you guys putting a sheep in front of wolves. So that's what it is. So it means that error code 1 is giving you error. So it means your application is vulnerable. So how we gonna put a safeguard around this? How we gonna put a fence so you guys, the hackers, don't see this? You guys need to put your own exception handling for anyone to come and read, so they can't come and just see these things. So if the hackers come and see this one, then they're going to exploit your application. They're going to find the loopholes inside the application, then they're going to attack. I guarantee that if they see these things, they're going to attack. So but you guys make sure the hackers don't see any of these files at Java, at the core of the Java, behind your whatever the files behind your application. The hacker shouldn't read this sort of file. The hacker should see your own exception handling with your own writing. So you guys, if you guys come in, we're gonna create our own exception handling. If you guys look at here, exception handling KT dot main exception handling KT at the line 5. All right. So if you guys want to further read, you guys can click these ones. You guys can click it, and you guys gonna further find out. But I don't have internet connection, and I'm not gonna do that. But if you guys can read further. All right, so we're gonna come here, and we want to put our exception handling here. So in order for us to do that, we're gonna come here, and we're gonna put this one variable file reader. We put a variable, we put a file reader, and we put a what type is that? That's type is file reader. So this is the type we already seen on top. So now you guys need to put a try catch block. So if you put a try, the Kotlin put itself the block, and you guys need to copy everything here, and you guys need to put inside the try. So we put a variable file reader is the type is the file reader, and we're going to come at the bottom. It says our variable file reader read, and try to read that my file.txt, and we have another one reading, which is we want to read our file as file reader.read, and it's going to print. So what if you guys notice here, now we're having this red lines here, wavy line here, so it means that the try catch is looking for the catch. So if the Java is gonna try this, what the guys gonna put it for the catch? So if you guys can put your catch, and what you guys put it inside the catch. So the first one you guys need to put it that file not found. So I'm gonna put a file not found exception FFE, and it's a file already exists exception file not found exception. Okay, So now you guys got this file not found exception, FFE, file not found exception is the type, is file not found exception. So what the message you guys gonna put it? So you guys gonna put a print ln, and you guys gonna put your FFE dot message. So that's what this file. So now what happens, that Java is gonna the Kotlin is gonna try this one, gonna try this file, and they're gonna try, if they can't find the file, then this guy comes in, and this guy is gonna take care of the rest. So it means the Kotlin is gonna tell you guys that look, the user, there is this sort of file, we can't find this sort of file. So if you guys now look, we run this program, instead of looking all those scary messages, it says my file.txt, the system cannot find the file specified. It means the Java systems can't find this file. So look, you guys look, it's very neat. It's very neat. It's coming from the system, and there is no error showing that any error or anything. It means it's very secure. There is a security at the gate, and the security is telling people that the system cannot find the file specified. It means you guys got a special exception handling here. So if you guys got an input output error as well, you guys can put your input output. If you guys look at here, the Kotlin quickly imported the file not found exception. So it means that the Kotlin, there is a system in place in Kotlin that going to put your file not found exception. So if you guys got a further, if you guys want to put an input output error, you guys can put another cage. So you guys put a Java input output error, output error, and you guys put IO exception, input output exception. So if you guys can put input output exception, if you guys looking on top, the Java quickly put it input output exception, because you guys needs to automatically, you guys needs this files or whatever you guys needs to in place for your application to work. And if you guys can come here and go to put a print ln, and you guys can put a input output exception, exception dot message. So you guys can put your message, output your message. So if you guys gonna come run again your applications, you guys gonna see, that my file, the system cannot find. The system is going to look for this file. If the system can't find this file, then this one's come in. And if the file's got any error inside it, then this cache is going to jump in. So if the file's got any error for some reason, if the file is too old, or if the file is corrupted, or if the file's got any rendering problem, or if the file's got images which contain viruses, whatever, for whatever reason, if the Java thinks that this file is got an input output error, then this exception is going to come in, jump in. But at the moment, because we don't have that my file.txt inside our application here inside in our Kotlin, so this is gonna, the first cache is gonna jump in. You guys might see 3 caches for different reasons, for different purposes. Not found exception, IO exception, for any other exceptions you guys create. You guys can create your own exceptions. So if you guys looking for exception, IO exception, file not found, there is 2 exceptions here that today we discuss. So if you're doing programming, you guys might see other exception, but for every exception you guys need to put a cache here. So you guys try it once, you guys put a try, you guys need to put your variable here on top, file reader, and the type is file reader. This is the name you guys can create, my file reader. You guys don't need it doesn't have to be file reader. You guys can put in my reader, for example. You guys can come here and you guys say my reader, and you guys need to change this my reader. It doesn't have to be file reader, but this one has to be, because this is Java method. And if you guys put it here, my reader, and if you guys look in here, my reader, and if you guys, the rest is all the same. So this one you guys can create any variable name, anything. You don't have to be file reader. So you guys can create anything here, because this is your own variable here till here. And because we are importing this, the type of the file that we are looking for is file reader, and we're going to do our try catch. Inside here we put our variable here, and we are going to assign this file reader which is going to read my file txt, and it's going to be reading. You guys going to assign this reading, and you're going to print it and reading. But if the Java can't find this, then you guys need to put file not found exceptions, and you guys can put your message here, FFF file not found exception, and dot your message. It's going, Java is going to show you guys the message, and if the file's got any things that Java thinks, our Kotlin thinks is corrupted for some other reason, then Java is going to display this input output error. Alright, so when the hackers, anyone comes in your application and they're going to read this, then they because the Java is not showing any error, all the Java's outputting, our Kotlin outputting, it just saying that the system cannot find the file specified. So very clean, very neat. There's no error. There's not your applications not outputting any error, or your application not outputting any vulnerability for the hackers. So anyone can read this, then they're going to say, all right, the system can't find my file. All right, so this is called exception handling, and you guys need to be aware of the exception handling, how to safeguard your application against hackers or against other bad people. All right, so you guys need to do this in every aspect of your programming, and this is very important. Even if you do C++, C, if you guys doing Java, or if you guys doing PHP, especially PHP, any application you guys creating that is interacting with the user, you guys need to put this exception handling. All right, guys, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.